Hello dear students. In last lecture we have discussed about the morphological cultural characteristics of microorganisms which are used for the classification and identification of microorganisms. In this lecture again we will discuss about another characteristics, that is nothing but physiological characteristics. On the basis of that characteristics, organism physiologically are categorized into different groups depending upon the external environment. Their requirement for the optimum growth, organisms are categorized on the basis of different factors like temperature, oxygen requirement, pH, particular medium. So depending upon that, microorganisms are again grouped into different groups depending upon their particular physiological conditions or what physiological conditions they require to grow optimally. So in that case, the physiological characteristics, physiological tests which are commonly used for identification of an organisms are as follows. Like firstly, on the basis of temperature, what type of temperature or what is the temperature range required for the optimum growth of organisms, and depending upon the temperature range, different groups are categorized. Some organisms grow at 0 degrees Celsius or below 0 degrees Celsius temperature. Some organisms are grouped into 0 to 20, 20 to 40, 40 to 60, 60 to 80 degrees Celsius temperature. So depending upon the which temperature range that organisms can grow, on that basis organisms are grouped. Similarly, on the basis of oxygen requirement, organisms are again categorized. So firstly we will discuss about the on the basis of or categorization of organism or classification of organisms on the basis of temperature range required for the optimum growth of that organism. So firstly, first group of microorganisms are the microorganisms which grow optimally at a temperature range from 0 to 20 degrees Celsius. It is nothing but a group of organisms which can optimally grow or normally found at temperature range where temperature range was found 0 to 20 degrees Celsius, and that group of organisms which survive at a particular temperature are called as saccharophytes. So it is nothing but a when we talk about the saccharophilic organisms, so normally you can say these are the organisms which can grow optimally at 0 to 20 degrees Celsius temperature. So this group of organisms are nothing but a saccharophilic organisms. Another is mesophilic. It is nothing but organisms which can grow at 20 to 45 degrees Celsius temperature range, and that organism which grow at that particular temperature range, and they are nothing but grouped into another group, that is mesophilic group of organisms. So these organisms could not survive at particular temperature, while these organisms could not survive at 20 to 45 degrees Celsius. So depending upon the growth requirement, organisms are categorized. Third group of organisms also classified on the basis of temperature, that is the thermophilic. The optimum temperature for the growth of that particular organism is nothing but the temperature range from 45 to 65 degrees Celsius temperature range, and they are nothing but a thermophilic. That philic word it says is nothing but a their particular temperature loving organisms. So saccharo is nothing but a temperature range from 0 to 20. Meso nothing but a 20 to 45 degrees Celsius. In this room temperature can also included. Normally most of the organisms which can survive or we use for the laboratory experiment, these organisms are nothing but from the mesophilic group of organisms which can normally grow at 37 degrees Celsius temperature. Thermophilic, that is temperature loving organisms, they are nothing but a 45 to 65 degrees Celsius. Another, this fourth group of organisms, that is thermoduric, which can they are survive at particular temperature, and that temperature is nothing but a 65 to 100 degrees Celsius temperature. So in that particular temperature range, that organisms can survive. So depending upon the temperature range, organisms are categorized with respect to their optimum temperature for the growth. They are nothing but a saccharophiles, mesophiles, thermophilics, and thermoduric. So while discussing about the classification and identification of organisms, we can normally grow or we can check whether that ability, that particular organism's ability to survive or show growth at particular temperature ranging from 0 to 100 degrees Celsius. So with respect to that, we have to maintain particular temperature inside the incubator, or we can say we use water bath, or in that condition that organism we have to maintain that particular temperature, and after incubation period we have to observe whether that organisms show growth at particular temperature, and depending upon that we can classify that organism from one another. Another group of organisms or another physiological factor is nothing but the oxygen tolerance. That is, the oxygen required for the growth of organisms. Organisms are again classified into different groups. So firstly, first group of organisms nothing but a strict aerobes. Strict is nothing but that organism required oxygen for their growth. Without oxygen, or can say in the absence of oxygen, they could not survive. That's why they are grouped into on the basis of oxygen requirement, nothing but a strict aerobic organisms, or we can say they are nothing but a strictly aerobes. Another group of organisms, depending upon the oxygen requirement, nothing but a strictly anaerobes. They are nothing but they did not require oxygen for their growth, or oxygen may act as a lethal for the growth of that organism. When we expose that organism to oxygen, the organism may kill or may die due to the exposure to the oxygen. That's why organisms are classified into oxygen requirement, strictly aerobes or strictly anaerobes. It is the major group of organisms. One is strictly aerobe, another is strictly anaerobes. Apart from that, some organisms they require or can survive in presence or in absence of oxygen. So they are again categorized into another group, that is facultative anaerobes. They does not require O2 but can grow in presence of oxygen. It is the group of organism, that is third group of organism. They are facultatively they can grow at particular in the presence of oxygen. They did not require oxygen for their growth, but when we expose that organism for oxygen, in presence of oxygen, they could not die as like strictly anaerobes. They can normally survive in presence of oxygen. So depending upon the oxygen requirement, again organisms are classified. Another group of organisms, that is microaerophilics. The name itself suggests the organisms will require oxygen in minimum quantity. So that's why they are nothing but a microaerophilic group of organisms. Range for 2 to 10% for the growth. These are nothing but the organisms we can classify into different groups depending upon the oxygen requirement. That is strictly aerobes, strictly anaerobes, facultatively anaerobes, and microaerophilic. Another physiological factor is nothing but a pH range or pH tolerance, we can say. pH is nothing but we can say for the optimum growth we require a neutral pH, that is from 1 to 7 pH, it is nothing but acidic pH, 7 it is nothing but a neutral pH, and from 7 to 14 it is a alkaline pH, we can say, or basic pH. So depending upon the organism's ability to survive at particular pH conditions, they are again categorized into different groups. So firstly, acidophilics, that is acid loving organisms. That means in high acidic condition or strongly acidic condition, that organism can normally survive in that range from 0 to 5.5 pH. It is a strongly acidic condition. In that organisms can survive, and that organisms, or we can say that organisms which show optimum growth as pH range between 0 to 5.5 pH, that organisms are called as acidophiles, or we can say they are acid loving organisms. For their growth they require acidic conditions. Another group of organisms is nothing but neutrophiles. Depending upon the pH requirement, they are again categorized neutrophiles. That means for the optimum growth, that organisms require in neutral pH condition, neither acidic nor basic condition. So it is nothing but a pH from 5.5 to 8, somewhat acidic or somewhat basic, the organism can survive, but at nothing but is optimum requirement for the growth of organism, nothing but a 7 pH, and that organisms are nothing but a neutrophiles. Another group of organisms, depending upon the pH requirement, are nothing but a alkaliphiles, or we can say basophiles in another words. So alkali means basic condition or basic pH, and it is nothing but above 7 pH. It is from 8 to 40 pH. It is a strongly basic conditions. In that condition, that organisms can survive optimally. That's why they are categorized into alkali-philic organisms, or you can say, in other words, they are alkali or alkali-loving organisms. So depending upon the physiological parameters, what condition organisms require for the growth, depending upon the salt concentration, we can differentiate organisms into different groups, depending upon the temperature range, depending upon the oxygen range, depending on the pH range. These organisms are categorized into different groups, and that group or classification of organisms can be helpful to differentiate the particular organisms into different categories. Sometimes when we selected acidophilic organisms and we try to grow that particular organism in basic condition, that organism could not grow at alkaline pH. So these are nothing but the optimum condition. In that way, organisms have developed or evolved their metabolism, or their metabolic processes are normally carried out in that particular conditions. That's why they could not survive at adverse condition or another condition apart from, suppose acidophiles could not grow at neutral pH or basic pH, or basic organism basophiles could not grow at acidic pH. So these are nothing but a major differentiating factor depending upon the growth factor. Sometimes we have selected an organism or soil, water sample, soil sample, or we have to try for organism, isolation of organism from sea water, or can say Lonar Lake water we have taken. So what happened, depending upon that particular environment, in what habitat that organisms we have to select it, or we have to isolate that particular organism, that particular condition we have to provide in laboratory condition. That's why that organisms can grow in laboratory condition. Apart from that, if we are directly selected that organism can normally grow at neutral pH at 37 degrees Celsius, that organism could not show any kind of growth in laboratory conditions. So by studying that particular physiological parameters, that organisms now that can be helpful for classification and identification. Apart from that, we can easily grow that organism in laboratory conditions. To carry out their another industrial applications, or their ability to produce some industrial importance in enzymes or another secondary metabolites, we have to grow that particular organism, or we have to provide a natural habitat for the growth of that organism. For that, we require that physiological characteristics of that organisms. Here, apart from that, these physiological characteristics, pigment production or water soluble or insoluble, these are nothing but another characteristics. Some organism shows pigment production ability. So with respect to that natural environment, organisms can provide or show that particular characteristics. Tolerance and requirement of salt. So depending upon the salt concentration, sometimes we have selected a marine sample, and normally we can grow in nutrient agar media. If the organism could not survive or show grow in normal basal media, so that's why we have to modify our media with respect to the salt concentration, as salt concentration is more with respect to the seawater. So depending upon that conditions, we have to provide a natural habitat for the growth of organisms. Source of illumination, that is photosynthetic organisms. Sometimes we are trying for the isolation of photosynthetic organisms, so we have to provide a source of illumination, that is light source. That's why the normal metabolic processes of the organism can carried out and organism normally grow in laboratory condition. So depending upon that physiological condition, from which habitat we are trying to isolate the organism, we have to provide natural habitat for the growth of organism. So it is all about the physiological characteristics of